Alright, what's up, guys? Good morning. Yeah, Preston, it is crazy. This is actually a really nice gap day. I know that silver apparently is being pumped a lot by Reddit and stuff, so that's why there's a lot of resource gappers today. So we'll see how that turns out. If there's gonna be another GME in silver, I really doubt it though. I think that because everybody expects the same thing to happen with silver, like it did with GME and stuff, that it's all gonna end up failing, and everybody's gonna be on the wrong side. Because usually the same thing doesn't happen twice in a row. So that's kind of just my thinking. But there's a lot of gappers, so we can just get right into it. So it's Monday though, so I want to take it a little bit easy, not go crazy right off the bat. But we got load, so that's my first one I watch. Load is just a gap and crap setup for me. I'm looking at risk of pre-market high. I'm looking to get in 2.3 is kind of the minimum entry I'm looking for, and I would be interested in getting in pre-market as well, as long as we can get over 2.3. If we get 2.5 or above, I'd be interested in it pre-market. Other than that, I'm going to be waiting for the open, waiting to see what the action does, and the target was going to be 175. And a lot of these gappers today are actually pretty high floats, so they shouldn't be moving crazy unless it's probably ASM, which is probably going to be everybody's top watch, because this one has a ton of volume. So that's the game plan on load. Daily chart, it's got quite a bit of resistance as well, with 200 million shares up at between $1.50 to $2. So that's going to give it a lot of down pressure as well. So yeah, 2.3 is kind of the minimum entry I'm looking for, risking the pre-market highs, trying to fade it back down to $1.75. Next one is ALYA, and similar setup as load. Going to be looking to risk the pre-market high of 17, and this is just at this point this chart has completely failed off of the $17, and it's up already 100. It's up 140% at $6. So the likelihood that this breaks through $17 is extremely unlikely, especially with the higher float. The float is I think it's 20 million or so, or a little more, after the after the institutional ownership. And even though the daily doesn't have basically any volume at all, really, so you can't really predict exactly what it's going to do. But at this point, it's very unlikely that it's going to go all the way back to 17, because that would mean this would run, I don't even know what, it would be up like 600% on a 20-30 million float or so, which is going to be kind of crazy to break out through the 17. So the goal for this would be, and I don't really know again how likely this trade will even happen, just because it's already beaten down so much, but because I would be risking off of the 17, I would need at least 11 and a half. And can this spike another 100% out of the open? I don't think so. So this one may be something I won't get to trade, but if we do, then I'd be looking for backside 11.5 at least, and then fade it back down to $6. So that's the game plan on ALYA. BRQS, again, same exact setup as well as the other two. And just looking at the daily, this one has failed multiple times, and it does so pretty much every single time it gaps. And what I'm going to be looking for in this is morning spike. I'd like a minimum of $1.65, so I'd be looking for anything over $1.65, risking pre-market high of 194, and gold be back down to $1.35. So very simple strategy on all three of these. There's really not much to it. And the other one, and which is going to be probably everybody's top watch, is going to be ASM. And ASM is going to be a 10:30, likely a 10:30 a.m. plus trade. So because this one is still holding up, the chart's still up, it's holding its gains, it's up 140%, and it's got 28 million volume pre-market so far, with previously no real big day that can tell you what it does when it has a bunch of volume. So this one you got to be kind of careful. Although the float is high, obviously, pretty much like any of these other silver ones. This is likely going to fail, but I want to wait for the open. I want to see if it can spike. If it can spike, where does it top out? Does it top out before, does it top out into pre-market highs, or is it going to break through pre-market highs and keep going? So I want to see what it does first. But likely what I'm going to be doing is waiting for 10:30 a.m. and then join the trend down. And because this one, has a lot of range, it's already up over 100%. Being late is okay. Being late by 50 cents is fine because you still have a lot of range. So that's going to be the game plan on ASM. I really want to see what it does first before I make a plan. It looks like load over 2.3. Thanks, Doc. Yeah, I just noticed that. So if we can hit 2.5, I'll take load right now. Maybe oh shoot. Maybe I should have taken that. Was too quick. Too quick for me to take that trade, but we'll see. We'll keep this on close watch. And then fun, same kind of game plan as ASM. I'm going to be waiting for the open. I want to see what it does, if it can spike, and then basically I'm going to be looking for backside on this. So once I see that this has failed and it's proven that it's failed, then I'd like to join the backside trend. So that's the game plan on fun, and this one is one of the ones that also gives back its gains too. So the higher the better. I hope this can squeeze and spike as crazy as it can. Then I'll be just joining the trend down. I'm kind of interested in taking load right now. Let's see how much shares are. Okay, I'm currently in load at 2.4 actually, so it's going higher. Very nice. All right, so give me a sec. I gotta put that alert out into my room. Vlad, are you taking this one too, or are you gonna wait? All right, so I do have a room where I do live trading and watch lists and plans and everything like that too. So there's a link in there somewhere. But so I'm currently in load. It hit my entry target that I wanted, before the open, and on a gap and crap, I don't mind doing that because pre-market or after the open, I have the same exact risk. So if I can get my entry before the open, then I'll take it. So that's kind of how I see it. It's free to borrow for you. Yeah, well, I got trade zero, so it's not free to borrow for me, unfortunately. But yeah, so fun again. I explained my strategy on that one. That was going to be waiting for just backside. Let's see what else. And I think those are it, really. I did have AUU, CDE, and AUM kind of just on the back burner on the side. I don't really care too much about this, but I just got these ones on watch too. So that's really the game plan. If any of you guys have any questions, then feel free, but otherwise, I'll see you guys tomorrow morning.